And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Today we're talking about a little game called Rainbow 7. Now, the Rainbow 7 for some reason to me brings to mind Rainbow Bright. But what this is this is a card game where you're basically trying to get a set of cards in your hand. It's almost a little like Racco in your hand, although there's elements of Uno. Essentially, this is a very light family style card game. Best way to show you is to explain it, so let's go. Rainbow 7 is made up of a deck of cards that are made up of different colors and different directions. So different colors, the different directions are north, south, east, and west. And the different colors range from wild, but they also have a different number on them. What you are trying to do is you are trying to get a hand of cards that has the whole gamut of the rainbow and is also one direction. So for example, here I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Roy G. Biv. Okay, and I could have substituted a wild in for any one of these. In the deck, there is 2 of every card, basically. So there's 2 South 7s, 2 South 6, etc. So what you're going to do is the card deck is going to be randomly shuffled together, and players are going to get a handful of 7 cards. Well, likely you're not going to get the 7 cards of one direction, so on your turn, you will discard a card in front of you, and as the game progresses, you will discard whatever cards you want to get rid of in front of you, and then you will draw a card. Now that card can come off the top of the draw pile, or it can come off the top of anybody's discard pile that's around. You are allowed to discard multiple cards and draw if, for example, you have them in a row. For example, I have a 2, 3, 4. I can discard those. In fact, it doesn't even matter if the directions are the same when you discard multiple cards. Sometimes when you discard specific cards, like this one here, that means someone else has to randomly lose a card from their hand, or this will reverse the direction of the gameplay, or jump is essentially the same as a skip, and so you can do that. But when you're down, when you're 1 card away from winning, you have to say rainbow so everybody knows that you're getting close. And then when you finish, you lay the cards in front of you and the game is over. Now, the game can also go over if you've drawn all the cards and everybody basically passes because there's nothing else they can do. Now, if you go out, if you get the 7 cards in your hand, that's a rainbow and you get 10 points. Everybody else will get the most points for the most types of card in their hand of one type. So for example, if my hand was like this, and here I have some norths, a west, 3 souths, so here I have 2 wests, 2 norths, and 3 souths in my 7 card hand. Well, south is the one I have the most of. All 3 are different colors, so that would get me 3 points. And then you just play to a certain number of points or a certain number of rounds, and whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. That's essentially how you play. Now, it really can't come down too hard in this game because it's really not trying to be more than it is, which is really just a simple family card game. And in fact, there's some things about it that are interesting. I like the fact that you can draw different discard piles. Another game that I like, Lost Cities, has this same thing. But here, what cards you discard are giving clues to the other player. If I see you discard a west, well, obviously you're not collecting west, right? And then I see you draw a south, so that means you're going for south. And if I have a few souths in my hand, then maybe I should either A, get rid of them and go after something else, or B, try to hold on to some of them as long as possible so that you don't get them. The Uno elements of the game, that reverse skip, that was fun when I was 10. I don't really like that much in games anymore. It's too much of a waha, see what happens. And anyone who's ever played a game where it reversed all the way around the table and it's almost your turn and then reverses all the way back around again, those can get annoying. But again, this game is very light. The game does not take that long, and very few games I've played in, somebody hasn't gotten a rainbow 7 cards because people usually quickly decide what they're going for. And usually one player will do south, north, east, and west. Maybe 2 players will do the same thing. 2 players are going for west or something, but like your chance of getting the rainbow is much harder at that point. So it is what it is. It's simple, it's easy, it's light, It's a step up from Uno, but it's not that much of a step up. Adds a little bit more strategy. It's not total luck, but there's still a good deal of luck involved in the game. And that's Rainbow 7.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find the latest board game news at Dicetowernews.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Fun Again Games, the world's best game source. Fun Again Games has over 5,000 games available. Check them out at funagain.com.
Shut the door!
That's right. Shut it.
There.